Terraforming was a revolutionary game changer when it was introduced to Animal Crossing with New Horizons. Never before were we able to alter our entire town layout by will and then change it again piece by piece over time, or just time travel and do it all in one day. The ability to move buildings around at will is also something that was introduced to this game, as that was never available prior. But how do you start? It can be very hard to plan out your island layout, whether you're starting from a blank canvas after removing everything, or editing your original map. By now, you should already know how to unlock terraforming. You need to get your island to 3 stars and have KK Slider perform. You can buy all of the terraforming essentials by visiting the Nook stop in Resident Services, where you can purchase permits for pathing, waterscaping, and cliff building. There are plenty of videos that go over unlocking terraforming, but we're not here to do that today. Instead, I want to talk to you about making your island layout. Choose a theme. This is not necessary. Most of my island layouts have not had a theme, and I've been playing the game since launch. However, I think that with that, I run out of ideas kind of quickly. You might want to choose a generic theme or go with something more detailed. A lot of people will choose a Japanese urban theme, or something rural, or maybe something completely out of the ordinary, like a mermaid theme, a pirate theme. Whatever you can think of, you can pretty much do it in the game, with some limitations when it comes to items and, the grid system. But I do find that choosing a theme can help plan out your island and figure out what you want to do with it, where you might want to put things, etc. Using sites like Pinterest and Instagram to browse ideas, maybe create a mood board, save some things to go back to for later, can really help you gather your thoughts and narrow down what you might want to do for your theme. I have a Pinterest board that's Animal Crossing things. I've curated it to mostly show coastal, rural vibes. A lot of these images were taken from other places on the internet like Twitter or Instagram. However, using the Pinterest search function has yielded some pretty good results for me, though most of the time they do come up with a lot of duplicates, and I feel like I'm looking at the same thing. I like to browse Instagram a lot, and sometimes Twitter, as people are still active on there. Using the hashtag ACNH Animal Crossing, ACNH Island Inspo, ACNH Inspo, any sort of variation of those will yield you a lot of different results. Especially looking in the Japanese hashtag too. Some of those players are super creative and very talented with their item placements and what they do with the game. You don't have to copy these builds exactly, however, it is a good idea to have a general consensus of what you want to do and put your plan into action. That will make it so you're not stumped with builds and hopefully move the process along a little faster. Start small. We have a pretty big sized map here. It's divided into acres, and what I like to do is start off piece by piece. I don't want to go over my entire island and terraform it all and do everything in one go. It's very overwhelming and you can get burned out easily. Focus on a smaller area first. Maybe do your entrance. Maybe figure out where you want to put your shops and build around that. Decorate your beaches. Pick an area and start building. Sketch out your ideas. There are some online tools to sketch out your island map. I'll link them down below and I'll kind of showcase how they work here. They're very limited. Usually it's just an overhead of the map. They might have some assets available to you. It's not going to be as intricate as what is available in the game. However, it is a good idea to at least maybe play around with these tools, sort out where you might want your pathing and some of your cliffs to go. Sometimes you can choose your map from the start screen or upload an image and go from there. You may have to do a little finagling to get the map to fit properly on the screen where you need it to be, but then you can place down cliffs, pathing, show where you want trees, buildings, flowers, and things like that. Again, very limited, but it can give you a general idea of where you want the big things to go, so you're not wasting time putting the same path down over and over again or redoing a cliff area. Go slow. We're trying to combat burnout here. Doing all of this in one sitting can be very exhausting. It's monotonous work. If you do want to do that though, all the power to you. I just find it really boring. I like to do things over the period of a day or two, and again, taking it in smaller bite-sized pieces makes it easier for me to manage the map. I've planned out this small section of my island and I'm still not 100% sure what I want to do with the rest of it. I have way too big a flower field to deal with, but I do know the theme I want to go for. So that is helping with my inspiration. I want to make things kind of rural and coastal, so I'm trying to draw inspiration from that. I'm definitely aiming for more of a New England coastal vibe. As most of you may know, I grew up in Massachusetts and I spent my summers going to Maine, spending time at the beach and along the coast. I am definitely not looking for tropical things that you would see in the Bahamas or the Virgin Islands or whatever. You can just start terraforming randomly and see where you end up. However, I find it a lot easier to organize my thoughts, whether that be creating a Pinterest board, looking at inspiration photos online, or even trying to plan out my own map with a tool. You can also just take a screenshot of your map, open it up in Photoshop or any other editing program that allows you to draw, and go from there. I just find the websites more streamlined and they already have tools and sprites for you to mark down pathing, flowers, and such on your map and get a better idea of where you might want your general layout. So that's basically how to start terraforming, at least getting organized. When it comes to finer things such as laying out your rivers and making it look more natural, if that's something that you're going for, I really do recommend looking up inspiration photos, whether they be of the game itself or even of waterways near you. Rivers are not always straight. They almost always have some sort of curve to them, and the same thing with cliffs. But that's only if you're wanting to go for a more natural layout. You can really do whatever you want in this game, with the only limitations being your creativity and potentially the grid system and items that we have available to us. But other than that, it's up to you. Your island is a blank canvas. I hope that this has helped you form a better idea of what you might want to do with your island if you're new to the game. Maybe you restarted, maybe you tore everything down again and want to rebuild like I've been doing 1,000 times. However, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope this video helped you plan out some of your terraforming. If you have any comments, feedback, or suggestions, please leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!